Today we're going to be discussing biomes, which are large regions of the world with distinctive climates, wildlife, and vegetation. Life in a biome is affected by temperature, precipitation, soil, water, and nutrients. We're going to look at the different types of biomes: terrestrial biomes, plants and animals living in terrestrial biomes limited by temperature and precipitation. Latitude and altitude are also very important. Tropical forests are located near the equator, average temperature of 20 to 34 degrees Celsius, and occupy less than 10% of the Earth's landmass. However, it is home to over approximately 3/4 of all plant and animal species, but it is at risk due to farming and logging, and it is critical in regulating global climate. Boreal forests are located in the northern hemisphere and have cold winters. 1/4 of the forests in the world are boreal, characterized by lichen, moss, and conifers. There are many lakes and marshes which are acidic, and the soil is nutrient poor, threatened by logging as well. Temperate forests are located in southern Canada, US, and Europe, characterized by conifers and deciduous trees. The average temperature is 8 to 10 degrees Celsius with high precipitation, nutrient-rich soil, and also threatened by farming. Grasslands and shrublands are very resistant to fire, drought, mowing, and grazing. There's not enough rain for trees and too much for desertification. 3 types. There's temperate grasslands, which has hot summers and cold winters, savannas, which are hot all year, and derived grasslands, prairie converted into farmland. Arctic tundra is located around the North Pole, covers 6% of the Earth's landmass, characterized by grasses, stunted bushes, moss, and lichen. The ground never thaws, which is called permafrost. There are many migratory birds spend the summer and threatened by rising global temperatures. Deserts cover 1/3 of the Earth's landmass. There's low precipitation with extreme temperatures. Very few animals and plants, and hot desert experience with drastic temperature changes. Alpine is defined by altitude, located all over the world, and the temperature drops about 0.6 degrees Celsius per 100 meter. There are 5 zones. There's submontane, montane, subalpine, alpine, and finally nival. Aquatic biomes cover 3/4 of the Earth's surface, which are not limited by latitude or altitude, and can exist almost anywhere. Freshwater biomes are more likely in areas of high precipitation, with 2 types: freshwater, with a salinity of less than 0.05%, and marine, with a salinity of greater than or equal to 3%. Lakes are surrounded by land, fed by springs, rivers, or rain. Microorganisms, plants, plankton, and fish, amphibians, and reptiles, and birds inhabit there. Lakeshore vegetation offers habitat and acts as a filter for runoff water. Rivers, drainage channels for surface water. Plants are highly adaptable to current and high oxygen levels. In Quebec, water quality is compromised by industry and agriculture. And in 2002, Quebec adopted a policy to protect watersheds. Wetlands are areas permanently or temporarily covered in water, which can be either fresh or salt water. It's about 10% of Quebec and about 15% of Canada, home to many, many species, acting as a sponge for rain to reduce flooding. 3 types are marshes, swamps, and peat bogs. Estuaries, where rivers widen before reaching the sea. Freshwater mixes with salt water, a lot of sedimentation and turbid water, with freshwater marine organisms. Oceans and seas, species that live at surface depend on phytoplankton, have little protection from predators, and fishing is a large threat. Coral reefs are highly biodiverse. Reefs are alive. Corals are invertebrates, mostly found in tropical seas, and corals produce calcium carbonate to form reefs. 20% of the Earth's reefs have been destroyed by pollution, overfishing, and global warming. And a great example is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia.